There are things that we experience but never talk about. A shadow moving in a corner, flickering of the lights, a disembodied voice. We invite you to talk with us, share your story, share your evidence, because this isn't just your story, this is our story. This is GhostBox.
Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome to GhostBox Live. My name is Greg Bakun. Thank you very, very much for joining in tonight. I hope everyone is doing well. It seems like forever since I've last been on, so I do really appreciate seeing everybody. And right before I went live, this happened, and the flashlight is off or on, I guess is actually the actual proper way of saying it. So I'm not exactly sure if we have spirit here or something. Can you turn off the flashlight for us, please? You're able to turn it on. Could you turn it off for us? So you're able to do anything with that flashlight? Can you turn it off for us, please? Otherwise, I'm going to turn it off. Because I hate to say it, it's kind of annoying when it's on and it's super bright. Can you please turn off the flashlight, please? I mean, I said please 2 times, so hopefully. I'm going to turn it off myself. The REM pod's going to go off because of me, okay? Just so you all know. Let's see what we got here. There we go. That's me. That's me making it go off. It's not because of the of any spirits. So that's how we start things. We started with flashlights going off and whatnot. How's everyone doing tonight? It seems like forever since I've been here. I gotta say that before I get started, I just want to point out that every Tuesday and Thursday, well, actually on Paranormal Warehouse, every other Tuesday and Thursday, and I think when it's not a Paranormal Warehouse week, psychic medium tarot card reader Ane does her one question readings. And the reason why I bring this up is because it is today we had her on my radio show that airs on AM 950, and I will tell you that we had a very interesting situation happen today where we normally do the one question readings, but she was being affected by a spirit that wanted to kind of let her know that this spirit, a woman, was there in conjunction with a caller that called through, and we spent time with it. And honestly, it was pretty amazing. And so I'm not guaranteeing that's what happens when you do the one question readings with her, but what happens though is that it's a really good, you just have a really good psychic medium to do some questions with and stuff. So please consider doing that. I don't think she's on Paranormal Warehouse this week, but go to facebook.com/tarot by Ane, and you're going to definitely be able to see it. Hey, Andrew, how are you doing? Andrew is also on Paranormal Warehouse, and he is on, I believe, every other Friday. So I'm assuming you're on this coming Friday. So let us know. So yeah, why don't we talk to spirits tonight? It feels like forever since I've done so. And I got a new spirit box, which looks very much like the old spirit box, but we're going to try something a little different. I call this the evil spirit box, and I'll explain why I call it evil spirit box. It's silly, but that's what I do. Let's see here. Where do we want to begin? I did a paranormal investigation with Ane, friend John, friend Ryan, and we were at a private residence, and we had an incredible time a couple weeks ago, and I was going to, that was a couple Fridays ago, and I was going to do a Sunday night spirit box session, but boy, that investigation really wore me down. I don't know about Ane or John or Ryan, but boy, it was very interesting. Let's put it that way, and at a very interesting location. And I think that you know, at some point, once we go through evidence and whatnot, I think we got a ton of EVPs. At least one of the times we were there, and maybe some of that stuff I'd like to play. So why don't we do this? Why don't we do protection, okay? And the reason why I want to do protection is so that we're very careful when we do spirit communication. We're going to use 2 spirit boxes tonight, perhaps at the same time, but I want to use the new one and try it out. I just got it a few days ago. So why don't we do this? First of all, you could tell I'm rusty. I don't know what we're supposed to be doing here. Please share my video. Please share it. And we're not looking for energy. We're looking for intention. So basically, if you want to reach out to a loved one tonight, you want to do it with the intention. You don't want to do it with your energy. Don't be like, you can take my energy if I can, hear from Uncle Ralph. What you want is I want to hear from Uncle Ralph, and leave it at that. Uncle Ralph, come talk to me, please. I need to hear from you. I need to hear your voice. I will be the conduit as best as I can to be able to bring through Uncle Ralph, if you get my drift, okay? So please share this video. I'd greatly appreciate it. Let's see. So why don't we do some protection? And what we mean by protection is making sure that spirit is protecting us, making sure that we are in good shape. You do not have to do this. Normally the way we do these is that we're going to do protection, then we're going to do spirit communication. Hopefully spirit will come to the incredible board of equipment over there and maybe do some more discussions with us. But I end every session by crossing over spirits who want to be crossed, spirits who have found it impossible to cross over in their realm between death and crossing over. We will do that, and that's how I like to end all of my sessions. So what we're going to do is we are going to do protection, and basically what that is, just relax, calm down. Just don't let, if we're going to talk to spirits, don't let that get weird or anything. Just know that that they just want to talk to you. We only want to speak to spirits of love and light, love and above. We don't want any, nasty spirits talking to us. So starts with your heart, and from there is a light that shines in your heart, right? It's always there, and that light emanates, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and it just starts to cover you. And that light is propelled by your own love, by loved ones who have passed, by spirit guides, whatever you believe it is, and it will cross and it will just cover you, and that is your protection. And then what I always say is that you have you take that and you push it, to all corners of the house. You want to protect everybody in the house, whether it be pets, kids, spouses. Everybody needs to be protected, even though they're not taking part. You want to be able to, protect everybody, because that is why it is, a full protection. Because if you're not protecting them, then what's the point? Hey, Rex, how are you doing? Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. So why don't we do this? Got my recorder going here. So we got recorder, start recording. And this is December 13th. It is 10:12 p.m. GhostBox Live. And we're going to do that. And then at this point, what I like to do is basically introductions, in the sense that my name is Greg, and I would like to talk with you tonight. I have a couple devices that I'm going to try to use to talk with you. First of all, you can use any of the devices over here to try to get a hold of us. And what we have over here is REM pod. We have flashlight. We have the obelisk with some words, such as the name Lisa has come through. We have a K2. We have this little funny device over here. Please consider talking to us. I also have these devices that we believe is a way for you to communicate with us and that we can hear your voices. Please consider talking to us tonight. If any loved ones are out there, you know that they're watching me. They're not watching me. They're waiting to hear your voice. So please come through to us, okay? Now, what we have here, first of all, this is the original spirit box that I got. This is my oh, hi there. Well, hello. Thank you for coming through. I really appreciate it. I guess we're not talking about spirit boxes at the moment. So can you turn off that light for us, please? And if it's so, then that means we can start a conversation. Can you turn down the flashlight. Can you turn it off for me, please? Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, you turned it off. Now you turn it back on. Can you turn it back off for us, please? And can you keep it off? And if you do so, then we can have a conversation going back and forth using the flashlight, and we can understand what you're looking for. Can you turn off that flashlight for me, please? I feel like that the light has dimmered. Are you able to turn it off? If you're not able to turn it off, could you instead hit that antenna that's right next to it, that's on that cylinder? That will make lights go off. Okay, you can turn it off. All right. I'm watching on the monitor. If you are known to somebody, I was just going to ask, if you're known to somebody here, can you turn off the flashlight, please? If you are related to me, can you turn the flashlight back on, please? If you are related to somebody who is watching us right now, like through the internet, can you turn the flashlight back on, please? Okay. If you are somebody just visiting, if you're just visiting us, can you turn the flashlight back on, please? You have no connection to any of us, which is totally fine. Can you turn that flashlight back on, please? If I have bored you to death and you left, could you turn the flashlight back on, please? I don't know. All right. Well, clearly what worked before to get the flashlight on was me talking about my spirit boxes. It was boring. It was boring the spirits, and they wanted to wanted to save you all from me talking about these. Just so you know, this is the first piece of paranormal equipment I ever bought, this very box. It's the first time I ever got any spirit box information or communication on it. This is the new one. Now you might be like, well, what's the difference? Now, for those of you who use these, and a lot of you may actually use like shack hacks, like, radios have been turned into spirit boxes or custom boxes or whatever else. This is brand new. This has only come out in November. And we'll kind of go through the differences here real fast. I haven't tried this a whole lot. I just turned it on today just to kind of see what it's like. And we're going to let, unless you want to talk with us, can you turn off the light, please? If you want to talk with us, could you please turn off the light? Because I don't know if you are just wanting to let us know that you're here, which is totally fine, or whatever else. But can you turn the light back off, please? I'm going to leave that for a second. For those of you who have ever used these before, you'll know that this is that the old spirit boxes, the very old ones, is which is this one right here. Can't even tell. The old spirit boxes have a different sort of sweep to it. It's very, where this one kind of mutes when it does its sweep. So it kind of goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You're going to hear, because we're going to play both of them. And we're going to start with the new one. And what's different between the two, the flashlight just about went off and now it's back on. What's different between the two is simply that one is red and one is blue, which is interesting. So that's one difference, which I find very interesting. The new one also has different sweep rates to it, and it also has a temp reader to it, which I believe Emily had pointed out in the comments. And it also has, because why not? It has a flashlight to it at the very end, which I can blind you with the huge amount of light that this tiny little bulb sends out. So let's start with this one, and you'll see, or maybe not, and that's okay, that the sweep rate is very different. Even though it's the same sweep rate, it mutes a lot of the white noise, the newer spirit boxes, which I don't really care for a whole lot, but maybe we'll have a lot of luck tonight. So let's try this and see what happens. It's an interesting point that Starla puts up. I like the Phasma box much better. And we've tried the Phasma box on here. And to your point, for example, at that investigation that I talked about that we did a couple Fridays ago, we used I'm just kind of reading. And Starla, are you saying not the app, but the actual physical box? Because we use the app, and I'm not a big app person. But what I found, and what we found in our investigation, that the app actually gave a lot of responses that were very, very relevant to the case that we're doing. So, I also understand that I personally am not a massive fan of apps, but I think the Phasma Box app is a really powerful app. Why don't we turn on the Spirit Box? I'm actually on AM at the moment. Now I'm on the AM dial with this. See? High tech. And switch to FM. Oh, goodness. My name is Greg. Is there anybody here that wants to talk to us? You hear that? Yes? I'm told that it's a little bit louder. That's been improved upon, I guess. We were talking about that investigation that John, Ane, Ryan, and myself took part in. Are there any spirits from that investigation here? Sounded like yes. Are you manipulating the flashlight? You notice how different it is from the normal spirit box we use?
Yeah. Oh.
Can I get your names, please?
Nickelback.
Did it just say Nickelback? It's 150, Greg. It's the normal rate that I use in my other boxes at the moment. We could try a different rate if anyone's interested. Interesting. Emily, isn't that the truth for all of us, to be honest? Hey, Chantal, nice to see you here. Yeah, I heard Nickelback. May I get the name of who's ever making the flashlight go on and off, please? Did I hear Edward? Did you say Edward? Edward, if you turned on the flashlight, could you turn it off for us, please? I'm going to be very honest. I prefer the white noise over this, to be very honest, personally speaking. Did I just hear Emily's name? Did anyone else hear that? Well, you got to wonder if that's the radio coming through. Okay, so I'm not insane. And as you know, there's an Emily on here. Not on here. I don't know why I'm pointing this. There's a small Emily inside this box. No, there is an Emily who is taking part in this also tonight. I want to switch boxes. We'll keep trying this over a period of time. I want to go back to my box. Maybe it's more of being familiar with it myself. To be loud. You hear how it's different? Chris, now can we get some names of some folks that are in this room with me, please? You know, it's an interesting point, and you might be onto something, because what happens is that I just feel like that we're not getting the same sort of responses on any other spirit box. Okay, we'll do our best. Teresa, are you here? Teresa, can you reach out to your sister Tracy? Have you been watching over your son, Teresa?
Okay.
Teresa, can you say something for us, please? Interesting. I'm not really hearing anything at the moment. That doesn't mean it's going to change. I just heard a woman's voice said morning.
That's correct.
Here we go. Are any of those voices Teresa? Heard another slight voice that said no. What we're going to do is, Teresa, anytime you want to come out and talk with us, please, you're more than welcome, okay? Would you please set out the flashlight for me?
Okay.
Can you please set out the flashlight for me? If you want to talk to me through the flashlight, can you just make it flash a little bit? So for those of you who are interested, when I talked about Anne being on my show today, Chantella is who I believe had come through to try to talk to Brian. And she kind of came up out of nowhere, okay? Very interesting. Chantella, are you here? You came to Ane earlier. Can you come to me, please? Chantel, it seems like that you want your brother to help with finding kids and whatnot. Can you please help us by at least saying his name or something? Could you say Brian's name so that we can all hear it, please?
Great.
Did you hear that? Did it sound like Brian? It's getting hot in here.
Sure.
Oh, good. Good, I'm not alone. Oh, good. I thought I heard his name. Brian, did you hear your name? Oops, I didn't mean to click that one. Chantel, are you going to reach out to your brother? Or have you? Say okay. I feel like that she's reaching out. I hope she is. I know this has been something that you've been trying to get figured out for a long time. Okay, I think we'll leave it with that for now for Chantal. Chantal, any way that you want to communicate with us tonight, please do so. Make any device go off over there. Say Brian's name again. Whatever you want. But we're going to try to reach out to other. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit that. Other folks right now. Do I have any other spirits here that are just in the St. Michael area that grew up and lived in St. Michael? No? Did you say St. Michael? Did you say St. Michael? Did we get a Jack? Did we get a Dan? We got a feet. I don't know about that.
Nice crop.
All right. All right, one at a time, please. How many spirits are in this room with me right now? Can you give me a number?
Ready?
30? 10? 10 is better than 30, that's for sure. 30 is a bit much. I mean, where do you all fit? Are any of you related to any of the spirits that are, or anybody who's watching this feed right now? See, that's what I heard. I heard 30. Thank you. That's what I heard exactly. Rick, are you here? You would know Jennifer. Are you here, Rick?
Sure. Let's take one. 0.
Rick, is that you? Is any of that you? Can you? Rick, are you able to respond to us? I don't know if I've heard you or not. Can you say either your name or Jennifer's name? Anyone hearing Spanish? Spanish, either Spanish language or Spanish,
Jennifer.
sound like the start of Jennifer there, quite honestly. That's what I was kind of hearing, like an accent. All right. I'm turning off the flashlight. Sorry, it bothers me.
John?
Did I just hear John's name? Did you just say John? Do you hear that? He's pointing, and I was just pointing. I was just pointing at the flashlight, and I heard he's pointing. I wouldn't point if you could turn off the light for me, please. There's much better things to turn on than the flashlight. Oh, goodness. All right. Kaylee is looking for Brandon. You know, all we're trying to do is reach out to our loved ones, especially if we're getting closer to a Christmas. Brandon, are you able to talk to us, please? Are you able to say hi to Kaylee? Can you say Kaylee for me? Can you say her name for me, please? Did you hear someone just said the devil? And don't think for a minute it's not the devil, okay? But that's what I heard. I see. I am so sorry for your loss, Kaylee. Brandon, can you come through, please? Can you let Kaylee know that you're all right? Can you just say all right, please? It's just so important that we know that our loved ones are safe, okay? Did you say come here? Yeah, it is loud. But I make it loud too so people can hear. It's tough, and I understand people might be like, yeah, this is loud. But thank you very much for joining in. I appreciate it, Sandy. Is there a spirit that's been asking for help? Do you need help crossing over? I'm crossing over spirits in about 10 minutes, okay? Thank you, Sandy. Thank you very much. I hope to see you here sometime again. We'll try to cross him over tonight, Kaylee, if he hasn't already. I mean, it's his decision ultimately. Cool. Have a good night. Hi there. Thank you for coming out tonight. Well, that's good. It is kind of off-putting. I totally get it. It's funny when I turned on this box, a lot of people dropped out. You notice. Or it's just because of me, for all I know. Who's trying to talk to us? Are you talking to us or are you having your own conversation? Is there something that we can help you with? I do. I actually really like it a lot. That's the hope. That's the hope that they work, right? I mean, now we've reached out to Grandpa Eddie before. Grandpa Eddie, are you here for Amanda? Grandpa Eddie, could you say Amanda's name for us, please? Grandpa Eddie, could you turn on a device over here, like what we call the REM pod that has the great big antenna on it? All you have to do is touch it, and a bunch of lights will go off. Did you say you bet? Was that Eddie? Did you just say Eddie? You know your granddaughter is here, right? We were looking for Rick, which I thought we did get Rick. I thought I saw something in my peripheral over here. Yeah, I heard Eddie also, Nicole. Yeah, there was. And Emily, you're not alone. Sometimes I just like listening to just what's coming out here. There's been people who've been saying we've been hearing Elizabeth's name tonight, actually. Which is kind of interesting. Something's not right. I think he came through because I was freaking out really hard. He knows when I need him. Of course he does. Of course he does. Are you hearing this through the box? said earlier, people were hearing Elizabeth come through the box. Could it be Grandpa Royce? Also, Carol, I heard your name come through. That's really interesting. I'm curious to know which picture it is that is of interest. Sounds like someone just said, "I can't help you." Really fast. I can't help you. And then Amanda, though, says, very interesting. You hear a woman's voice, very soft, that came through here? Something's draining my energy. We're going to wrap this up here pretty quickly. Something is seriously draining my energy. But they shouldn't be able to. All right. Is there any spirits here that need help crossing over? Do you want our help crossing you over? I think you do. I'm going to open up a light that you should be able to see. And what you do is that you follow and walk towards that light. And what you need to do is you need to cross through it, okay? Do you see that light? Yeah, it's like a beacon. You see it? Yeah? Now you need to cross it, okay? Cross through it. You see it, right? Yep. Cross through it. Have you crossed? It's up to you, but you should cross, okay? Don't look, cross. You will not regret it. Okay? If you don't think you have a right to cross, you're wrong. I'm trying to help you. Have you crossed? Has everyone crossed? It's all quiet. Has anybody not crossed yet? Well, then cross, okay? We got one that said me. When I said anyone not crossed yet, we got a small voice that said me. Look, it's up to you. It's up to you to cross, but we're offering it to you. Exactly what I heard. Exactly what I heard. Yes, you can. They can come back and forth. Often when they don't cross, it's because they don't know that they can cross. In my finding, at least. All right. I'm going to shut this session down. Spirits, thank you so much for communicating with us. I close this session in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So there's that, and we will do this again next week. It won't be on Paranormal Warehouse. I'm doing Paranormal Warehouse every other week. That's just how Paranormal Warehouse wants to work it at the moment. But I'll be back here on my personal Facebook page, so feel free to friend me if you want to, or also on my GhostBox page, my Minnesota GhostBox page, or my Parafriends event page. And just feel free to reach out if you need anything. Before we go, just want to remind everyone, I need you all to say this, that Spirit, you do not have the permission to follow us, to keep communicating with us, unless you are a loved one or a friend. This session is closed, and you are not allowed to speak to us anymore. And we do this because, once again, this is all in the name of protection, protecting ourselves, protecting our loved ones, and that we don't want any spirits to love our energy, I guess. So someone had asked about crossing, like, would we still get spirits coming through if they've crossed? The belief is yes. And I never want to say definitively on anything, just because I just don't feel it's my place to do so. I am a conduit, but it is strongly believed. The mediums will tell you otherwise. They'll be able to be more firm with their answers, because they are having those constant communications. But the idea is that when a spirit crosses, that it can come back. It can come back, and it's just that it's kind of, a lot of spirits are in this kind of, to use a term, purgatory. It's just kind of this in-between state, and some don't want to leave, which is what we found at this house that we did the investigation at on Friday. They don't want to leave because they have unfinished business, and a lot of times that unfinished business is connected to earthly possessions. Ane figured out that one spirit that was in this house is because they want to keep track of what's happening in the house. They don't let go. And when they don't do that, it means that they're staying there, and they don't know what's going on. And they just, all they care about is their worldly possessions, and they can't have it anymore, even though they still think it's their house. We ran into this at a place called China Mary's in Tombstone. China Mary still thought that was her house. So, yes, it's a very interesting situation. And yes, the belief is that they can come back and they can continue talking and continue communicating with us. So, with that being said, feel free to reach out to me. Feel free to send me a note or friend me on Facebook or whatever. That is totally cool. If you have questions or you don't feel right after the session, reach out to me, let me know, and we can walk through that. Otherwise, I will be back on Sunday, not on Paranormal Warehouse, but I'll be back on my own channels. So please check it out. Once again, Ane will be doing her one question reading on Tuesday. Oh, flashlight just is going off. Look at that. It's basically saying that it's agreeing with me that this session is over. Now it's back on. Now it's just disagreeing with me. It's so tough sometimes to get spirits to agree with you. I just just don't know. Anae's going to be on Tuesday on her page, her Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Tarot by Anae. Look it up. Her name is spelled Onae. Please look it up. You are going to absolutely be loving those. So please do so. Other than that, I'm going to call it a night. You all have been very, very patient. Flashlight went off. It's crazy, isn't it? It's really pretty crazy to watch how the flashlight is acting tonight. And it's been really cool. It's been fun to share all this with everybody. I'm going to call it a night. Thank you all very much. Have a good night. If you need anything, reach out, and I'll see you next week. Good night, everybody.